Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Put summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
All right, welcome to another Friday night edition of the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Woo. Party time. Party time. How's everybody?
Everything is cool. Everything is
Woo,
cool.
welcome
bad.
to the Pajama.
I know that's right. Hercules.
Yes, Sherman.
How you guys doing?
Everything is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I am functioning.
About to crack open this kavafa, yeah. Well, I was just
All
say
right,
brown
man.
liquor. I ain't advertise nobody.
I was getting ready to say you advertising, free advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's at it again, Ketel.
That's just say brown
We
liquor.
should be advertising our own cocktail, Pajama Party cocktail.
I know that's right.
They ain't paying me crap. I'm going to just say brown liquor. Yep.
All right, then.
But while you're pouring, Poppa DD, what do you think about this week's impeachment proceeding? Has this been, I don't know what to call it, either interesting or entertaining? I'm not sure which.
It was, I tell you what, it was,
Yeah, it's hard to sum it up.
you know, it was really, it was actually a good trial. I think that the people that want to impeach him, I won't even use no Republican, Democrat, because we're not going to talk like that. See, that's the one thing Trump got to get out of. We got to get that out of your head. That was Trump thing, Democrat. Because when they say the word Democrat, they assume that Democrats is all minorities and a bunch of people that they're not. So the people that want to impeach him, they put on a excellent defense. I mean, an excellent argument. With the incitement rather, the way he was. But then they came back and threw out some clips of them using the word fight.
Yeah,
And they went all the way back.
Crazy.
They went back 10, 12 years ago. I'm like, wait a minute. They were saying the people that are trying to impeach him were using the word fight from a stance of mental. We're going to fight for our rights, meaning that the pen is mightier than the sword. Trump was talking about kicking somebody's ass, and that's where nowadays people just put stuff out there, man, expect you to buy it. It's sad, It's sad.
Well, I guess they figured if somebody's going to take the bait, they're willing to put it on the hook.
Mm-hmm.
I saw those clips, and I was like, are you serious? When people saying that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to fight for what we believe in,
Yeah.
we're going to fight, and they just kept, editing all this stuff together
They went back
to try to say, oh, they use the word fight too. I'm like, well, a lot of people do, but they're not telling people who follow after them, come down and do some damage.
Yeah, we're going down to the Capitol building. I'm coming with you. He didn't go with them. They went back to Pelosi back in 2005. She looked totally different.
I almost didn't recognize her.
How are you going to dig into somebody that far back? I don't think that you can really accuse anybody of anything they've done more than 10 years ago. I don't, that shit that they had on Trump was recent. That was early as the 6th of...
And 10 years is a stretch.
Yeah, that's a stretch.
People change.
I would say 5.
Yeah, 5 to me is more reasonable. A lot can change with how you think, how you approach things in a 10-year span.
Exactly. Well, that's why I said 10 years, because 10 years is a long time to be judging somebody on the way they were at that time, because unless they're just crazy as hell from the door,
Well.
Anyway.
True.
But very interesting, but all they did, the ones that were defending Trump, all they did was played on what the other people did.
Right.
Throwing the footage out there like that. That was their ideal.
It wasn't a defense. It was an attack of the other side.
Yeah, but why would you use somebody else's ideal to defend yourself?
Because you have no real defense. That's what that was.
Yes, exactly.
That's called deflection. Mm. It's like I can't really say anything, so I'm going to just put the mirror up and deflect.
Yeah.
And while y'all are dodging all the deflection, I'm going to just say, all right, I'm done. I rest.
Yeah, like people on your job that takes your ideal and run with it. And something you did originally, but they tweak it a little bit and say, why don't we do it like this? Oh, you mean do it like I did it? But the spin you put on it, is that what you mean?
Exactly.
So.
We're just not phrased quite like that.
Anyway.
Okay, well, look, let me go to the phone line, pick up a caller, and then we're going to get into these hot topics for tonight's agenda because we got a lot to cover. Caller, welcome to the Pajama Party Show. Hello. Go right ahead. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air. Caller, are you ready?
Too much to say. No, I guess not.
Yes, we're here.
Oh, okay. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Good.
All right. How you feeling?
Just fine.
Good.
Just,
on your mind
I'm
tonight.
sorry, I was in the middle of something and I thought someone else was going to speak.
Okay. No, you got
the
the floor. What's happening? What's on your mind tonight?
This insane trial that these defense lawyers getting up, just making it even worse, looking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, but I am very happy that the Democrats went on and moved on with this. I know some people are saying it doesn't make sense and nothing's going to come of it, but to me,
right.
if you don't stand for nothing, it's just gonna be like it's okay, but it's not okay.
You're gonna fall for anything.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So,
even if they don't acquit, they
caller, I thought the same thing. I said to myself, even though people, the ones that are gonna, make it their business to acquit him, they have their own agendas. You know what I mean? They could just be friends or whatever. They're not even looking at the whole aspect of anything. And to make it so bad, the people that have to make the decisions were all in the Capitol at the time when it happened. Exactly. So their ass could have been bum rushed. But they're not. It's not like they saw it on CNN. Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're afraid of Trump supporters. It's
pretty much. Yeah, and they also want to stay on the right side of white. That's big. That's big.
Wow. Yeah,
that's big.
Yeah.
Staying on the right side of white is big, and you have to be white to understand that, I guess. So I guess I won't even elaborate. I'll speak on it, but they really need to. It's almost like if you have a Caucasian lives on a block where everybody else has a certain view, but they feel a different way. They got to come out the house kind of hoorah, like they're into it as well, but they're really not. But they live on that block, so they got to be that way.
They got to put up a front.
Not so much. I ain't gonna even say live on that block. They live in that whole community. You know what I mean? Yeah. They live in Chevy Chase or Kensington. Yeah, they live in that same So everybody got the flag out there, and if you ain't hanging a Trump flag, even if you hate Trump's guts, you better hang a Trump flag.
Oh, that's where you live. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyway.
All right. Thanks, caller.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
All right, Poppa DD, you got the first hot topic for tonight.
I thought.
We're not doing a rundown?
Yeah, Ketel, you're not going to run down? Yeah, you know what?
I jumped ahead of myself again.
Yeah, we'll see. Redwine started drinking about it. And, can you do the rundown, please?
Happy Friday.
Ketel, if you can do the rundown, we can get back to the norm because.
Yeah, I messed up. Okay, so shoot.
Yeah, let the people know what we got going on tonight.
Go ahead. What you got?
Our hot topics tonight. Airlines push White House not to require COVID testing for U.S. flights. Also, New York Governor Cuomo is facing calls to resign. And Amazon sues New York Attorney General Letitia James. Hidden and quitted headlines. White professor accused of posing as immigrant of color resigns. Wow. NBA overrules Mark Cuban on the national anthem at the Mavs game. And Philadelphia Police Union demands 5% accountability pay. Our cocktail of the week was Poppin with Poppa DD. I think we kind of got into what's popping, but we got more for us. Our weird news tonight, we're going to lighten it up. Woman finds rattlesnake guarding her food delivery. Also, Chicago man freezes pants to reserve parking spot. And bodybuilder with sex doll wife wants to start seeing other robots. Okay. I'm just saying with Redwine, happy Valentine's Day. Living for the city with Poppa DD. My Hollywood wrap-up. I got quite a bit tonight. The kisser list and the last word. Sit back with your favorite cocktail, and we're going to come back with the hot topic.
I am Ketel from the original Pajama Party. If you haven't heard Pajama Party Show, you've missed out. We've got hot topics, hidden and quitted headlines, what's popping with Poppa DD, our weird news. I'm just saying with Redwine, living for the city with Poppa DD, my Hollywood wrap-up, of course, the cocktail of the week, and the world-famous kisser list. And, of course, we can't forget the last word. We serve it up each week on the Pajama Party Show, and nobody does it like us. You can call us each week live on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, 914-803-3306, or listen live at www.apajamaparty.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at apajamaparty.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Now is the time?
There you go.
Okay, now it's time for the hot topics. So
Okay.
kick it over to Poppa DD.
All right, we got it. The airlines are pushing the White House not to require COVID testing for U.S. flights. All right, here we go.
Why?
All right, here we go. Now, this is out of Washington. Leaders of several major U.S. airlines met online Friday with White House officials to press their case against requiring COVID testing for passengers on domestic flights. All right, that's domestic. I guess not international because people overseas ain't playing that crap. All right, saying it will undermine the already fragile industry. Okay, that's very basic. But a person familiar with the discussion said that the Biden administration is not currently planning to impose a requirement that passengers on domestic flights first pass a COVID-19 test. Okay, the airline CEOs talked with White House coronavirus response coordinator Jeff Jennings, according to the person who's spoke anonymously to discuss a private meeting. So I guess so he set it up. Okay, the meeting was arranged after Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. Okay, that's your boy.
Okay, Mayor Pete.
Pete Buttigieg and officials with the Center of Disease Control and Prevention said that such a testing requirement was still under consideration. All right, we had a very positive, constructive conversation focusing on our shared commitment to science-based policies as we work together to end the pandemic, restoring air travel, and lead our country toward recovery. This is Nick Callio said this. He's the head of the trade group Airlines of America. You know, yada, 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 whatever his damn position is. Anyway, airlines are strongly opposed to requiring corona testing before domestic flights, saying it would further devastate air travel, okay, which has still not returned to not even half of its pre-pandemic level. All right, they worry about the additional cost of a test would discourage people from flying, and the airlines argue that there isn't enough testing capacity to test every passenger. Now, Let's all get together and comment on this BS, okay?
Yeah, that's a
wow.
Yeah. Now, I read this word for word verbatim, but let's read through the crap of this. All right. First of all, this is something that's designed by the airlines. Now, when I first read it, it said leaders of several major U.S. airlines, not all of them, but the ones that got the biggest kahunas. United, they probably dragged Southwest in there, which I probably doubt, because Southwest is a Negro airline. I don't think they're probably going for that. Okay, they got you got American Airlines, you got United Airlines, and there's a lot of major ones that aren't really celebrating their mightiness, but they're mighty. But then you're gonna pull Pete in there, the new Transportation Secretary, who's new, and see everybody hasn't got Trump out of their system. And they're trying to deal with this new thing, but nothing doesn't change overnight. I think personally that you need to test these people. Why are you talking about what pisses me off personally is that why are you talking about what you cannot afford to test when you're charging people for baggage? Mm-hmm. What else the airlines charge your ass for?
Everything. Southwest
lets you take 2 bags. That's why it's the only one I fly. Everybody else is baggage, all kinds of little things. They have a 9/11 charge, and 9/11 happened when? Back in 2001.
Something like
so
that.
So they've been collecting that 9/11 charge for the last 20 years. Okay, not to mention, like I said, any other fees they got the slush fund of money that they get. The airlines have the nerve to talk about what they don't have. They got money so stacked up it's not even funny. And now they're trying to save more by cutting safety, saying we can't afford. You can't afford to do what? That's crap, okay? You can't afford to stick a thing in somebody's nose and stick it in water and see whether or not the boogie's red or blue. I mean, what's happening here? I don't understand.
Here's my take on it. To say that their ridership has been cut down so much because of coronavirus, and this is why they don't think they can afford testing. Well, how about if you don't test and people start dropping like flies on your flight?
Right.
You think that's going to make your ridership go up? You stupid butt people. I'm like, what is wrong with you all?
But you have not determined who was in this meeting.
No, they
and
didn't.
And then you got casual people, you got union people. They had this casual meeting with a few. It's like anything else. It's just like anywhere else, anything else. And it's so sad how a few people can get together and act like they're actually making a difference when you don't include everybody. When you have inclusion,
they're only going to include the people that are on the bandwagon with them.
And then say, look what we came up with.
Yeah.
Or this is what we decided to do.
Yeah,
how often have you heard that on
the job? In the best interest of the airline.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Go ahead,
I just found a little more on what we're talking about. It says the CEOs of 5 major U.S. air carriers, which include Alaska, American, JetBlue, your boys, Southwest, and United. You see what I said? The top CEOs, they are so probably upset or mad that they're not getting their bonuses this year. That's what they're concerned about. If they don't have ridership, they're not going to get their bonus. So they need those people in those seats. That's what they need.
And when you name those names right there, I'm really saddened that how did JetBlue weasel their ratchet ass up in there? I don't understand.
No, JetBlue is a nice airline.
JetBlue is a pretty nice airline. Yeah.
Oh, really?
They have a lot of leg room.
Okay.
They treat you nice. They do charge you for bags, I think. I don't remember now. But
well, they come a long way.
They treat you nice.
They come a long way since I've been on their ass. Anyway.
Well.
Anyway, but all I'm saying is that
they need to test people. Either you need to be required to have a valid non-positive test to fly, because otherwise you're saying it's okay to have a petri dish of potential virus in the sky where you are trapped with these folk for a number of hours, and the airline is going to say, we have nothing to do with that. Our job is to get you from point A to point B.
But
that's not right.
My question is this here, too. If you're having a Zoom call, okay, how many spaces are available on the computer for a Zoom call? 5? Was there only 5 spots available on a Zoom call?
Oh, it's plenty more than that.
Maybe
this is what I'm saying. I mean, it's not like these airlines had to all fly a representative to a certain place and they had to find a conference table that fit everybody. This was they even said it in the piece that it was a online situation. So what happened with the other participants?
Oh no.
It's not how many people attended, it's how many people you invited.
I was getting ready to say it must have been who was invited.
Okay, and those are the people that all felt that way. We got to stop that. Right now, that's another level of, like I said, the whole Trump aggressiveness has not left the room yet. People are still, trying to, handle things with a big old stick. And this is a firm example of it. Let's just grab 5 people that all agree on. It's just like the NFL, the way you boxed out Kaepernick and everything else. Same thing. So
Right.
That's
but I think you got a good point there, Papa, because they want to set the precedent. So they want to be the first 5 airlines to say, we don't need no testing. So everybody, the smaller ones, are going to fall in line. That's what's going to happen. They want to set a precedent. If these top 5 airlines don't need it, we don't need it either. So, I agree with you on that. But, Well, if you guys got any more questions or comments, hit us up tonight. Yep, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
All right. Yeah. What you got over there, Redwine?
I got one coming out of New York City. Melissa DeRosa, who's the secretary to the governor in New York and widely considered to be one of the most powerful New York State officials, told lawmakers on a video call, probably on Zoom, this week that the administration withheld additional death totals while facing both federal and state inquiries. So now they're trying to say Cuomo did not tell the whole truth about how many people died of coronavirus in New York. The New York Post reported the details of the call last night. So now both Democrats and Republicans are calling for Governor Cuomo to be stripped of his pandemic emergency powers in response to this phone call. And some people who were part of this conversation are going even further, demanding that he resign. So now they're coming for Governor Cuomo. Now, whether this is true or not still remains to be seen. But if it's true, what they're saying, that he did not report all of the mortalities from coronavirus in New York, then the question becomes, why not? What were you hiding, and, what were you trying to do by hiding this information? So Cuomo was already facing some criticism after a report from his attorney general, accused his administration of undercounting nursing home deaths. So this appears to be now the big snowball rolling downhill on the man. New York Attorney General Tish James said the Cuomo administration undercounted the deaths by specifically omitting those who likely contracted the virus in nursing homes but died in a hospital. So I guess then they're trying to get into the technicality of it by saying, well, technically they didn't pass away in the nursing home, even though they may have contracted it there, but if they passed in the hospital, then we're going to count it as a death in the hospital. So, now you're playing with words and stuff, manipulating data. So, it's starting to look pretty bad for Governor Cuomo.
It's like apples and oranges. I mean, how do you determine where do you put it? Where do you put the stats at? That's just, is there a law against false information? Apparently it is. So if they go into this,
I don't know if it's a law. I don't know if it's a law necessarily, but it makes it look like you were trying to manipulate the data.
Well, what was the data asking for? It was asking for where they died or where they contracted, or what was it?
Well, originally, when the way they were giving the death tolls, they were just giving the numbers. And then when the information about nursing homes started coming out, they were counting the numbers of deaths from nursing homes. And, of course, that number then started rising.
Homes.
Right. So in order to, it sounds like, in order to make the deaths from nursing homes not look as bad, they were basically saying if the person contracted the virus in the nursing home but then was transported to a hospital and later passed, they would count it under the umbrella of passed at the hospital. So that would keep the nursing home mortality numbers lower.
Wow.
So, it's like any other time when you look at data, you can make data kind of say whatever you want it to say if you know how to do that.
Yeah.
And it looks like they got caught doing that.
But is there anything is it something? Well, they said that the young lady they said that she apologized. So I guess that's an admission of she did something wrong. But I don't know. It seems like such an interesting area because what are you asking for specifically? Are you asking for the deaths of the people in general, or where they contracted, or
I think originally it was in general, but then when they
where it
started
was contracted.
I think it was in general originally, but then when they started getting numbers coming from nursing homes, and that became a new issue, I think then they started saying, okay, well, now we want to get the numbers from the nursing homes as well. And that was, of course, making it look bad for the nursing homes. So I guess by manipulating those numbers and saying, well, let's not report this number from the nursing home. Let's shift it over to the hospital.
Now. I understand. Let me comment on that on a personal note, because my mother passed away in 2020, and her COVID came through the nursing home first as well. So, in relative to that COVID ran through nursing homes like a beast.
Yeah.
Because we heard about it. I got the call from a nursing home in like February, I would say. At the end of it, at the middle of February, saying that my mother had a fever of some type or something like that, or people on her wing had a fever, and they sent her over to the hospital, and she never went back to the nursing home, and she died by the end of April, and it was like, and this is anybody around it between February and April. This is when COVID was just kicking major butt. And it just happened. Nothing they could do. It just went down hard. All the vitals were dropping, and the news coming from the hospital was just devastating every night. And you couldn't even believe a person that was just in a nursing home based on having Alzheimer's or things like that, or things that put them in there from the beginning from being incapacitated to fall like that so fast. But then, like I said, I only said that to say that. That's why I asked you, Redwine. Were they asking, did they contract it there, and like I said, what pissed me off about the nursing home was the fact that they were acting like it was just a fever kind of thing when they dropped the ball on protecting people, and they probably didn't know because Trump had everything so fucked up anyway. Excuse my language. I meant to say that. Trump had things so lousy that it caught everybody by storm, and nobody really knew that the thing was coming. So, I had to kind of cool out on that. I was kind of pissed at the nursing home for a minute, but then I kind of said, you know what, the way it came through and the way Trump was handling things with the administration and all, and so now, but try to cover it to protect the nursing homes because they don't want reputation on them. But at this point, if people are dying, why are people worrying about their reputations?
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'll leave that alone.
But you know what? It's almost like the AIDS epidemic because when everything first started, everybody thought it was just a gay thing, and then it went to this, and it went to that.
Exactly.
It was like they were just grasping at straws.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying this thing was just new. So for them to I guess be accountable for the numbers and things, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with that. I'm kind of on the fence.
Me too.
So,
me too. Yeah, and I lived it, and I'm on the fence with it as well because I can't feel like anybody should be blamed for anything around that early area of the pandemic because nobody could understand what it was about, and people were dying so fast that nobody even knew. Anyway,
Yeah,
that's the bad. That's a sad.
All right.
Well,
subject.
we'll see what happens as that investigation unfolds, whether Cuomo ends up having to resign or gets forced out. We shall see.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. All right, I got this last one. Amazon, Jeff Bezos, he's in the news here. Retail giant Amazon has sued New York Attorney General Letitia James today after she threatened legal recourse over a protest at one of the company's facilities during the beginning of the pandemic. Here we go. Amazon came under fire in March 2020 when a number of workers demonstrated in a Staten Island warehouse, which employs about 5,000 people. They demand stronger COVID protocols. So an Amazon worker, Mr. Smalls, was terminated by top brass after leading his colleagues out of the facility during a lunch break, drawing condemnation from Empire State leaders, including James, who initiated an investigation into the corporation's conduct. Amazon accused James of violating federal laws, labor laws, when she threatened legal action and demanded that the company hand over profits. So on March 30th, around the time of Small's protest, city authorities inspected the retail giant's facility and then indicated that it passed guidelines on social distancing, also shift separations and temperature checks. So Letitia James, who has filed a number of high-profile lawsuits during her tenure, insisted the conditions were, quote-unquote, unsafe, and added that Amazon is focused on making billions off its employees. Throughout this pandemic, Amazon employees have been forced to work in unsafe conditions, all while the company and its CEO made billions off of their backs. Okay. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen.
True.
Yeah. So
I do remember hearing some stuff about some of their other locations where people were saying that they weren't being given proper protective, personal protective equipment, and being forced to work and all kind of stuff.
Yeah. My thing is, you're $1 billion business. How can you not afford? I mean, 'cause you're shipping that stuff to people every day. You got Lysol, you got gloves, you have masks. Come on now. But your employees is handling all this stuff, but they don't get it. That doesn't make sense to me, So.
No.
She might have a legitimate lawsuit. So it's going to be interesting to see where this goes.
Wow. Are we going to have to put Amazon on the kiss it list?
I'm on the fence on that one. I think
all
so.
Right.
I think maybe.
I'll put them down with a question mark.
Okay. Wow. So if you guys out there got any questions or comments, hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1
all
to
right,
get in the queue.
We'll take a quick break, and we're coming back with the Hit It and Quit It headlines on the Pajama Party Show.
It's Friday night, and you're listening to the Pajama Party Show Live. Tune in every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, and 6 p.m. Pacific. We push it to the limit every week like only we can. We've got hot topics, hit it and quit it headlines, TV and movie reviews, commentaries, and the world's famous Kiss It list. And you don't want to be on the Kiss It list. So visit apajamaparty.com. Check out the cocktail of the week. Get your glass and get your laugh on with the Pajama Party Crew, doing what we do right here with you. Get up on this and push it. Push it real good.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of yours, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Bonsoir. All righty. Did I jump the gun? It's time for hit it and quit it?
Yeah, you back on track.
Okay, just checking. You know how I get.
You're up, too, by the way.
Okay. All right, let's hit him and quit him. We got a white U.S. professor accused of posing as an immigrant of color on Twitter. Now, what that's about, I do not know. This is a white male University of New Hampshire chemistry professor who has now resigned after being accused of posing as a female immigrant of color on Twitter to make racist and sexist comments. People are losing their minds. The university, which has not named the professor and described the person only as a faculty member, confirmed the resignation today after a 4-month investigation. The university president sent a letter to the community on Wednesday announcing that the person had resigned, and the letter did not release any of the details of the investigation. They said that we're limited in what we can say in order to protect the privacy of everyone involved, but we will say that the faculty member chose to resign when the university concluded that the conduct exhibited was not consistent with the university's values. Wow. So the chair of the university's chemistry department did not respond to a request for comment, but in an email back in October that the Associated Press got a hold of, it said Miller used the white male professor's first name and acknowledged the professor had set up a Twitter account with an imposter with tweets that ranged from unfortunate to hurtful to deeply offensive. So I guess they were hiding behind their Twitter account, pretending to be a person of color so that they could say offensive and racist things. And they got caught.
Well, he ain't the first, and he sure ain't going to be the last.
No, I'm sure.
No. What is wrong with people?
Crazy.
True that. But you see the social media gets everybody caught.
Yeah, I'm going to put him on the kiss it list. We don't have his name, so we'll just say the fake professor at University of New Hampshire.
The fake black man.
Yeah. All right, that's all I got.
Okay, all right. NBA overrules Mark Cuban. Oh boy, he's in the news. The NBA will force Mark Cuban to overturn his new anthem policy, saying that the Mavericks now must play the song in accordance with the league's long-standing rules. With NBA teams now in the process of welcoming fans back into the arenas. So he had mentioned before that he didn't want to play the national anthem because of all the controversy and all that. So the NBA owner declined to further explain the choice, why he chose to not, play it. But I guess he's going to have to. He's been overturned. All this stuff started when Colin Kaepernick, when he kneeled. Of course, people didn't understand what the heck was going on. Now they get it, as they say. But I guess he just didn't want a lot of controversy, I guess, in his arena, Mark Cuban. So he tried to set his own standards, but guess what? NBA overturned it. So
yeah.
Oh, well, you got to go back to playing the national anthem. It's just tradition,
Well, I saw an interview with him. And he said that he didn't have any problem with the anthem itself. He was saying that his issue was that some of the players had a problem with the anthem and what it represents. So in order to bring some, I guess, peace for the team, he just felt like, how about we just don't play it then? If it's upsetting some of the players, then why not just not play it? So that's what that was about. It wasn't like he was protesting the anthem. He was just trying to keep everybody cool on his bench.
Right. Interesting. People have their own points of view. There's this guy here, Van Gundy. He says, what good reason is there to play the anthem before a game? He says, if you think the anthem needs to be played before sporting events, then play it before every movie, concert, church service, and the start of every work day, every business. Okay.
That's a good point. I've never understood why they play it anyway. I don't understand it. Never did.
It's just tradition, something they've always done, on.
That doesn't make it right.
Events. Yeah, that's true. I mean,
you can do something for 100 years. That doesn't mean you should do it for 101.
Yeah, well, until I guess somebody decides to change it. I guess a quote unquote big wig, maybe 5 companies, 5 basketball teams would get together and change
like the airlines did.
Yeah. So who knows? We'll see. All right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Over to you, Poppa DD.
Interesting.
What's your hit it and quit it?
I got here the Philadelphia Police Department. Their unions are demanding 5% accountability pay. Now listen to this crock of crap here.
Uh-oh.
All right. Now they call this up. The powerful police union in Philadelphia is demanding its members be paid to wear their body cameras. The camera they can cut on and off when they want to. All right, let me repeat that again. They're demanding to be paid 5% more just for wearing their body cameras. Now, this is part of a contract that's ongoing. Okay, more specifically, the Fraternal Order of Police, which is Lodge Number 5, has requested a 5% accountability pay increase. This is just for the camera now. Okay, amongst other demands. Okay, in this proposed Philadelphia Police Department new contract that's coming out. Okay, the Philadelphia Inquirer is reporting that those additional demands include more pay for living within the city limits. Now, if you're going to live in the city limits as a police officer, they want to get paid more for living there because they say, "Fuck, we want to live in the suburbs or outside of Philadelphia." They want a clothing allowance, they want a maintenance allowance, and they want triple overtime for court appearances because court appearances usually happen on their days off. So they got to come and show up in court for the ticket that they wrote. Okay, you wrote the ticket and you put the friggin' date on the ticket. Okay? And the date is generated by when they tell them that the court will be held. But you the one that wrote the date when you filled the ticket out, the date's on the back, yada, yada, yada.
This is ludicrous.
Okay, now, but this is, like I said, this is everything that they're proposing. But, the union is not the police, so they're kind of controlling the whole move here. Okay, and they want, like I said, they want triple overtime for court appearances on the scheduled days because no falls on their day off, like I said. Okay, the contract has been the course of much controversy, becoming a topic of hearings in November that went on for several hours and featured almost 100 speakers, the Inquirer reported. Okay, some of the items are in response to the city's proposed changes, which include a push to require officers to live in the city. They say if you're going to be police officers, you got to live in the city, so they want to be paid to live in the damn city. Okay, rules limiting back pay or reinstatement for officers who are fired for discipline and other new performance management systems and all this jazz. So they just want to be paid for everything. Okay, though the proposals are only a draft, per the city spokesman, they say that their demands will be critical in the terms to improve accountability for wrongdoing. Advocates of the police are also being held accountable for flaws of the FPO requesting for pay increases in exchange of wearing body cameras. What they're saying basically is that these body cameras is something that they are going to be shown almost nationwide if the crime is that bad. So the police want to wear this to know that they're the ones reporting this major news that's happening, so to speak. And it's just a mess. I mean, it's interesting. But anyway, that's the Philadelphia Police Department and the different advocates against it. A gentleman named Reverend Mark Tyler. He's a reverend of the Mother Bethel AME Church. He's going against that to say that why are we being why are taxpayer dollars going to people that are doing something they're just supposed to be doing?
Exactly.
You're supposed to just wear the camera. And if it was a camera that stayed on all the time, it'd be another story. But this camera has an on and off switch. So therefore, how are you arguing, in fact, of something that you can manually turn off? So It's interesting.
I don't even care about the on and off switch. Do your job.
Well, if you're going to be paid to wear it, then it should be something that can't be turned off. You know what I mean? It's you can click it. Oh, it went off. It malfunctioned. Blah blah blah. You know what they say when they pull that damn trigger, and they realize their life is changing before their eyes.
So what it sounds like to me is the FOP wants to treat them like a kept woman. They're saying, I want the penthouse. I need my nails done, my hair done. Right. I need to have caviar. I need champagne. I need to go out when I want to go out.
I'm a good Christian. I was going to ask you to explain to me what a kept woman is.
That's what I'm explaining. I need to have all the things that I desire to make me happy and make my life feel fulfilled that I want in order for the privilege of being in your presence. So for them to say, to do my job, I'm going to need to get more money. I need a wardrobe money. I need to have extra money so I can live in the city to make it more convenient for me to do my job, because all this moving back and forth from in and out of the suburb is just getting to be a hassle.
Oh, no, they have to live in the city, you're saying.
But they're saying they want more money.
To live in the city.
To live in the city.
So what they're saying is that if you want me to live in this ghetto-ass town, you're going to have to pay me.
Like I said, they sound like they want to be a kept woman. Ain't nobody got time for that. If this is not the job you want, brother, step off.
Okay, Redwine.
But I really think it's a bunch of crock, because I think they're really doing this because first of all, some cities say that they can't afford the cameras. And second of all, they're probably doing all this because they really don't want to carry the cameras. Because of all the BS that they're doing, for real, undercover. And then, a lot of the police departments, like I know D.C., back in the day, you had to live in the District of Columbia to be a police officer. So some cities are like that and some cities are not, I guess. They don't enforce it. But, some cities do. So, they give you a cost of living increase anyway if you, live in the city and work in the city, because the city is different from the suburbs as far as housing and stuff like that. So, but for them to put it in writing, they need to go suck an egg or something. They need to
really
go somewhere and sit the hell down. Yeah. But,
and as far as those cameras, but as far as the cameras go, in my opinion, if you're doing the right thing to the best of your ability, why are you worried about the camera? If you're not worried about you getting caught on camera doing something out of, what you should be doing, then don't worry about the daggone camera. Put the freaking camera on, turn the thing on when it's supposed to be on, and do your daggone job. Now, if you out here hustling and doing side stuff, harassing people, on the take, on the low, all kind of crazy stuff, then I understand why you're concerned about this camera. That camera is Big Brother on your ass. And if that's a problem, again, get a different job. Because there's been too much stuff that has gone down, and there's been issues with, the camera wasn't on, it came on after they shot somebody, and all this kind of stuff. So if you weren't worried about doing illegal activity, don't worry about the camera. Let the camera roll.
Okay. All right. Let the camera roll. I heard that.
Let the thing roll. Dude, what you trying to hide? People that are trying to hide are the ones that's trying to duck from the cameras.
I think it's just a new experience. For some, it's just something new that they have to get used to, and it's like, okay, we want to be compensated, but
it's not that new. It's been around long enough now. Suck it up, get over it. All right, we're moving on.
All right.
Where are we? Cocktail of the week? Yeah, I'm getting down off my soapbox.
Okay, all right.
Are you ready for the cocktail of the week?
Sure. Yeah, we
all right.
Need to, I need a cocktail anyway right now, because all this rough talk we've been talking, man, I'm telling you, I need one.
Yes, indeed. All right, well, here's Ketel with the cocktail of the week, brought to you by DC Homegrown Entertainment. Take it away, Ketel.
All right. This is a very unusual name. What's in a name? This is called the Grog. not frog, but grog, Grog, may be the worst title for a cocktail ever. But with delicious spiced rum, lime juice, and honey, it's surely one of the best tasting. All right, we're going to get our Captain Morgan Original, Spiced Gold, 500 milliliters, or if you want a little more, you can add a little more. 1 teaspoon of runny honey, 15 milliliters of lime juice, 1 slice of lemon, and 2 dashes of bitters. So we're going to fill in a shaker with ice. Scoop the honey from a jar into the shaker. Add Captain Morgan, lime juice, and the bitters. Shake until cold and strain into a rocks glass. And that is called the grog. That's cocktail of the week.
All right.
Oh, that's a lot of stuff in there.
It sounds pretty good. I mean, Papa might not like it. It might be too sweet for him, but yeah, just add more rum.
When in doubt, add more rum.
There you go.
Yeah, grog is a term that's been out for years. You know, people drinking grog. Yeah.
It seems like that's one of those terms you hear when pirates, something to do with pirates.
Well, they have to do with drinking. Grog. Drinking some grog. You know, grog has always been go give me some grog. You know.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Right.
Sounds illegal. Okay. Yeah. All right. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're coming back with Poppa DD and What's Poppin' on the Pajama Party Show.
You're in tune to the Late Night Adult Pajama Party right here on Blog Talk Radio. This is a production of DC Homegrown Entertainment. To share your opinion with the Pajama Party Crew, call us on 914-803-4306 and press 1. If you'd rather just listen in, you can still call us and listen on your phone, or you can listen online by going to our website, www.apajamaparty.com, and clicking the Listen banner in the top right corner. So join the conversation and let us know what you think about tonight's topics or whatever is on your mind. Okay, who turned the lights off? Call us now, 914-803-4306. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. It is time for Poppa DD and What's Poppin'. So, Poppa DD, may I ask, what's poppin'?
What's poppin'? You know, there's always something going on.
Always.
You know, I used to always realize with my coworkers and all, you know, there's an age difference between me and a lot of them. I'm a few years older than a lot of them, than damn near all of them, really. But you wouldn't know it because they perpetrate such a damn fraud, you know. You know, I never understood, I don't know, younger people today, and I'm going to talk about them like a dog because I don't give a damn. I'm going to go in hard. Anyway, young people today, and you know, you take it any way you want to. I'm not putting them down. They in this world like anybody else. And I guess young is a maturity level because you can have an old soul. If you have an old soul and you was raised by good old school people, I'm going to forgive you because you're probably not in that class I'm talking about. But these other basic jokers, man, these basic young people that don't know shit, ain't never done shit, you know what I mean? They've been living off of people and they've been kind of riding behind. They're like in the shadow of older people to kind of learn from them, but never would admit that they learned anything from them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They'll like perpetrate a fraud. Like they so hip. You know, you could be in your 60s and a joker be in their 30s thinking they're your equal. And you kind of want to say, get the fuck out of my face is what you kind of want to say initially, but you kind of, You know, you want to go easy, you know, especially with people like coworkers that you really can't, you know, when HR is involved, you really can't go in. You know what I mean? You got, you know what I'm saying? You can't even really go in. You got to be, I need my job. I can't really come back on this joker. But you know, when it comes to the learning aspect of things and what they learned and where they've been, they haven't been nowhere. And now that the pandemic is happening, they ain't going nowhere. I mean, and we always say as older people, and I'm so proud to be the age I am, as older people, we always say to them that, man, when I was your age, I was blah, 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 you know, and it's true as hell. Because, see, back then, I respected, you know, my older mentors, you know. I didn't second guess them. I didn't talk back to them. If they told me something I already knew, I still took the time to learn it. I didn't question them because it just wasn't respectful, you know. And now, man, people don't give a damn about respect. I mean, they'll shoot me down and smack me down and then try to manipulate you. And like I said, on a job, you know, when HR is involved, you know, I guess that should be the premise of my conversation. When HR is involved, you always got to walk on eggshells, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to say the wrong shit because I need my job. I need my income because I have achieved stuff. You know what I mean? I own shit. You know? And I'm talking to a motherfucker that ain't got a pot to piss in or one to throw it out of. And they acting like they really got some crap going on, and they really don't. And this is nobody in particular, male, female. It doesn't matter the gender. It doesn't matter. It's the attitude of the people. They haven't done anything. I mean, my goodness, I can't even really. I wouldn't have time in this show to talk about some of the things I've done between the ages of 25 and 40. You know what I mean? I was so active in everything. You know what I mean? From military to boom shaking and everything in between. And did it hard. And took the time to hustle, wash cars, and whatever I had to do to just. And this wasn't like I was out there struggling. I was doing this because it was what was to do. I just did something to make something happen, to make my own money. You know, God bless the child that has his own. And I would try to make whatever I can make to do what I had to do to get and keep mine because I wanted to get my game, make my game. I'm running the ladies. I need my own little car. I need my own little apartment. I need my own little everything. So I can run up on my little girlies and do my thing and ain't got to depend or rely on anybody. But have my parents' backing and their knowledge and their teachings to teach me to fly right and to respect people and move on and do right. But today, these young people, whew, man, these motherfuckers are fucked up completely. You know, I'm not saying all of them, don't get me wrong. But the majority of them, or most of them, are just like, you know, they play, some of them are playing, I'm not speaking on the whole group, but let's talk about the 25% that's into the whole video game thing. Or the other ones that went to a couple classes of, like an Excel class or a Word class, and they come to the job, now they want to change a bunch of shit on the computer. And I come in, I just want to do my job. Now, I sit down, if we have a shared computer everybody using, now I'm looking at all this new stuff on the computer. I'm like, who the hell changed all this? You know what I mean? Why don't you leave this shit alone? If you're going to change something, when it's time for you to get off, put it back the way it was. So when I sit down on my time frame, stuff is the way it was when I left it. But no, the arrogance is just strong. I'm doing my thing. I'm 32. I'm 33. I'm 35 years old. Get out of my way, old man. This is the attitude that's being projected. And like I said, I'm not talking about all of them, don't get me wrong. But the ones that fall in that category, and it's a lot, it's so sad. They're taking their demographic, whether they have divorced parents or whatever it is that got them the way they are today or whatever got them there. You can't take it out on the people in front of you because all that shit happened behind you. So as you go forward, you should be trying to correct life instead of destroying life based on what was destroyed in your own perception. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to destroy stuff because you felt like somebody destroyed your stuff. And stop bothering people that didn't bother you. So I'm going to leave it at that. But young people, do yourself a favor. We all going to be here. Life is very short. You know, we all going to, leave this earth. We just don't know when or how. But try to respect your elders a little bit, especially if we're respecting you. You know, and cool out. Cool out. Because after a while, you're going to see it. You're going to see it when you reach our age. You're going to see it. Anyway, I'm leaving alone.
All right. They take a chill pill.
All right, young folks, listen to Poppa DD.
Calm it down. Go somewhere and sit down. All right, Ketel. What we gonna
lighten
do?
it up? Lighten it up. Yeah.
Because Poppa DD laid it down, so we gonna lighten it up. All right, Ketel, you got the mic. What you got for us on the weird news?
All right, on the weird news, a woman finds a rattlesnake guarding her food delivery. In Arizona, a woman's meal was delayed when she went out to her porch to retrieve a food delivery and found the bag being protected by a western diamondback rattlesnake. Wow.
Oh.
The Arizona woman contacted reptile relocation company, Rattlesnake Solutions, for help when she found the snake camped out right next to her Uber Eats delivery. I guess the Uber man said, bye, I'm gone. Rattlesnake Solutions trapper Dave Holland, sounds like a singer's name, said the woman opened her door to find the snake stretched out by her bag of food. Holland snapped a photo when he arrived on the scene and posted it to the company's social media page. She was startled by the snake's close proximity, but not as panicked as some are. We figured the snake froze by the mat or on it when the delivery person approached it and was not seen until the customer opened the door and relocated it to a nearby desert with plenty of rats nearby for food. God dang.
Oh.
You had to put that in there. I know that's nasty. Oh, boy.
I want to know, did she eat that food? I think I wouldn't have wanted that Uber bag after that.
Yeah. Homeboy might have nibbled on it himself before he got out there.
Yeah.
You're right.
I think I would have had to call the Uber back and Uber Eats and told them, that was something was wrong with that bag. I can't eat that.
That was some rattlesnake meat. I couldn't eat that.
Yeah, I would have to tell them. I'm not gonna mess with that. All right, I got one for you out of Chicago. A Chicago man's unusual method of calling dibs on a parking space is gaining attention on social media after he perfected a method of freezing his pants so that they stand up on their own. Adam Sizer of West Ridge posted photos to Twitter showing him reserving a shoveled-out parking space using pairs of frozen pants that he shaped to stand up on their own. Reserving parking spaces is common in Chicago, with residents often using lawn chairs or traffic cones to mark the spots that they already shoveled. So he said what you do is you soak a pair of pants, put them outside, and in about 20 minutes you can form them to shape. And in about another 20 minutes they'll be solid frozen. So that's what he's been doing. And now he said he's working on a method to complete the ensemble. He's working on how to freeze a shirt. So he's going to have it looking like a person standing there.
In the parking space?
In the parking space.
Yeah, that's big.
He's going to have a person looking like they're standing there, but it's going to be like a headless person, just the shirt and the pants standing there frozen.
Yeah, people have gotten killed over them parking spaces in the snow, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know people go hard on that, because if you get out there and shoveled your spot and other people didn't shovel their spot, it's like, look, when I come back from the store, I'm parking right back in my spot. Don't move my lawn chair. Don't move my toys. Don't move none of my stuff.
I don't know. Today is rough, man. That stuff don't fly too well today.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even do all that shoveling, to be honest with you. I ain't trying to,
It's crazy. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him get that shirt frozen. I want to see that. All right, over to you, Poppa DD. What's your weird news?
Oh, man.
I think you got the really weird one.
Yeah, this one is crazy. I'm just trying to believe where this guy is mentally. This is a bodybuilder. He has a sex doll wife that he wants to start seeing other robots. This bodybuilder who is married, he married his sex toy, and he wants several other wives after his first toy broke. His name is Yorki Tacoma.
I wonder how did that happen.
He's from Czechoslovakia. He was surrounded by loved ones when he tied the knot with Margot. That was his first plastic sex doll. And tragically, just weeks into their marriage, Margot broke and couldn't use her. The unfortunate incident led Yuri to double down on his lifestyle, choosing to pursue for more sex dolls. Yuri said he didn't want Margot to break down again, and that means he had to unload her. He was tired of fixing her, I guess. He decided that he could have several wives because they're doing it in other Eastern cultures. So I'm currently considering two options. I got acquainted online with another sex doll. How the hell do you get acquainted online with another sex doll?
What are you going to do?
He even decided he wanted to fly to her in Moscow, but they told him he couldn't go to the airport because of the COVID quarantine. So right now he's just dating several dolls and hoping that Margot is fixed soon. And
oh my God.
This joker lost his mind completely. And they got a picture of this guy here next to Margot, his original sex doll, and he's showing him kissing at the wedding. And he's posing with another model doll. And these dolls are like all done up with the whole nine. And this is off the chain.
So his friends and family came to this wedding.
Yeah, well, this guy's a big bodybuilder. He must be on steroids, and that shit didn't come with his brain. So he's all messed up. Yeah, y'all did lighten up. Y'all did lighten it up with that.
But I cannot imagine going to a wedding for somebody to marry a sex doll.
Yeah,
and I'm going to stand there and go, oh, that's wonderful.
That's Czechoslovakia.
Wow.
It wasn't Chicago or nothing, but
yeah, I don't think that would even be legal in the U.S., but
well, remember I tell you we saw that lady with the doll in the car for the to ride in the HOV lane.
Oh, yeah.
And that man looked very real in that chair next to that lady riding that HOV lane. And that was scary. That was scary.
But he said that Margot got broken like just right
a couple weeks after the wedding.
Hey, poor Margot.
Yep.
What you do to Margot, Yuri? You nasty, Yuri.
Yuri is a bodybuilder taking steroids.
You nasty, Yuri.
He's all freaked out. Anyway.
All right, we're gonna take a break. Woo! All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and we're coming back with I'm Just Saying on the other side of the break.
Your finest cognac over a glass of ice in a short glass. Goes great with Poppa DD's segment. Living for the City on Blog Talk Radio every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time or apajamaparty.com on a live stream. I want to talk to that Poppa DD myself. I'm going to hit him up. It's on 914-803-4306. Once again, that's 914-803-4306. And you should too.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One host Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. All right. You gonna do my intro, Poppa DD?
Oh, okay. We have Redwine. She's gonna do her segment called what is it? In Living Color. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Go on and tell the truth.
Thank
Redwine.
you so much. All right. Tonight I'm just saying happy Valentine's Day. It's coming up. The day that we celebrate love is almost here. February 14th. It will be Valentine's Day. Now, this is a day when people go the extra mile to show how much they love somebody and how much they appreciate someone special in their life. People give and receive all kinds of outward expressions of love. And from the various boxes of chocolates to elaborate jewelry, it's all supposed to be about love. So tonight I'm just saying, Happy Valentine's Day. But let's not get caught up in the commercialization of it all. These commercials you see on TV and on the radio can make you feel like the measure of love is based on how much you spend doing it. So please don't fall into that trap. Sometimes the best gifts are the ones that don't cost money, but they cost you time and effort. You know, it's like walking into a room that's been set up to have your favorite meal waiting for you, or hearing your favorite music playing with a glass of your favorite wine or whatever it is you like to drink waiting for you, sitting there on the table looking so nice. It can be a nice massage or a neck rub, just because somebody realizes you've had a hard day and they want you to be able to relax. It could be detailing a car as best you can, or washing the car, vacuum it out, just anything that shows that you love or care about somebody. Maybe a handmade card. Doesn't have to always be the Hallmark card, because those things are so ridiculously expensive now. A nice handmade card, or a cake, cookies, something that comes from you. There's a lot of ways that you can show somebody that you care and that you love them. So I'm just saying, Happy Valentine's Day, okay? But on the other hand, if you got it like that with long money to burn, and you want to do something lavish, do the expensive gifts and all that, that's all fine and good. But just make sure that it comes from the heart and not just from the wallet. Remember, love should be given, not earned. Just saying. And don't forget about others that you care about outside of, like a love relationship, people you might be sleeping with. But you got your parents, your kids, your friends, your grandparents, even your pets. They want a little bit of love and attention on Valentine's Day too, so don't leave them out. You never know if the person you might give that Valentine's Day greeting to, that might be the only Valentine's Day greeting they get. So for all the lovers out there, live, laugh, and love. Enjoy the day and enjoy the night. But just don't break the bank doing it. Think about something that's unique and sentimental and give that away. But if you decide to go for the jewelry anyway, diamonds are a girl's best friend, 1 carat or better. This is Redwine, and I'm just saying, Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Have a nice one and enjoy yourself. That's all.
All right. Thank you, Redwine.
You are very welcome.
That's a good one.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend, so they tell me. I'm just saying, if that's true, 1 carat and better. They're a real good best friend.
Those light blue boxes are nice, too.
Oh, yeah, those are beautiful. But only if you got it like that.
All
Otherwise,
right.
Keep it simple, keep it real.
All right.
All right.
You going to take a little CC?
We can do that, and then we'll be back with Poppa DD and a Living for the City on the other side of the break.
Hey, this is Ketel with the Yellow Top. I'm waiting to hear from you tonight. I'm at the Pajama Party Live. So you can reach us at 914-803-4306, or you can check us out on apajamaparty.com. I've got my opinions, but I want to hear yours. Poppa DD and Redwine are trying to beat me down, so I need you to call back and back me up. I know you're out there. I can hear you breathing, so call me now. 914-803-4306. I'm right here on WBJP Blog Talk Radio, waiting to hear from you. Here they come. I gotta go.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. Pajama Party. Yeah. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And the Redwine.
Bonsoir. Woo, lady. It is time for Poppa DD and Living for the City.
Hello, Captain Crunch. Hello, Smadley.
Okay.
Anyway.
What's happening in the city, Poppa DD?
I tell you what, let's talk about sports for a minute, but sports with a twist. Okay. There's a football team out there called the Houston Texans. Okay? Houston Texans, they used to be the Houston Oilers. Now the Houston Texans. Now, their big draw was a brother named Deshaun Watson. Now, Watson used to play for a team called Clemson, and he was not only a Heisman Trophy winner, but he also won the championship of the college thing. He was the first-round draft choice, and he went to the Houston Texans. Okay? Bad brother. Off the chain. Now, he had this one receiver whose name fails me now, but he's with the Phoenix Cardinals right now. But this racist coach they got rid of his main receiver. And the team was just lousy last year, the year before. So Deshaun Watson, he wants out of there. He wants to get traded. He had a big contract with a no-trade clause. No-trade clause means that you want your contract, and in fact, the player puts the no-trade thing in there, and the owners agree on it. So he was locked in this no-trade thing. But anyway, long story short, he wants to get traded. But here's what happened today. J.J. Watt, who's a real popular guy, he's one of the defensive guys, J.J. Watt, very popular, the Watt family. They do Subway commercials and all kind of shit. One of the brothers play for, I think, the Raiders. They got three brothers. One plays for the Raiders, the other one plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So it's three Watt brothers out there. All right. Now J.J. Watt was the most popular. He's the one that raised all that money when they had that big hurricane in Texas. He did a ton of money. Now, being the fact that Deshaun Watson wants to get out of Texas and J.J. Watt's his teammate, today J.J. Watt asked to be released because he knows that once Watson leaves, the team ain't gonna be worth a crap. Okay, so the white boy bailed out. And I use the white boy because he's thinking like the average white person. He got out before the shit hit the fan. Okay? Now, he knew that when Deshaun Watson left, the quarterback, who's a bad monkey, that brother's very good, when he left, the team was going to be up Schitt's Creek completely. So the white boy left today while Watson's still trying to negotiate whether or not the team's going to let him go. Team is really talking about not letting him go. They're paying him good money. He just want to leave because the team is horrible. When I say the team, I'm talking about management, ownership. But the white boy left today. J.J. Watt, popular-ass J.J. Watt that everybody knows, Subway commercials, raised a bunch of money for the Hurricane, Defensive Player of the Year. He won the big award that the NFL gives for the Walter Payton Award for being the Man of the Year. Real popular guy, J.J. Watt. Everybody knows him. His ass just left today. Left because he knew when a brother left wasn't going to be damn, but typical white motherfucker left first. Okay? That's classic white shit. Okay? Now, let's move on to Tom Brady. Tom Brady stacked the deck this year like you wouldn't believe with players on that team, but did it so damn quiet that nobody realized it. Okay? There's no way Kansas City could have won that Super Bowl because Brady went out and got his old boy Gronk, okay, that he played with in New England. Now, he went and got Antonio Brown, who's a troublemaker and a fucking woman beater, but he was a hell of a football player. I ain't excusing his black ass. But anyway, Tom Brady knew how good he was, so it was almost like Tom Brady was in a plantation, like just picking good Negroes, okay? All right? Now, he already had a guy named Evans who was a wide receiver for the team, and then another brother who's a steamroller named Fournette. Fournette played with sorry-ass Jacksonville Jaguars, and he went over to Tampa Bay. But Tom Brady knew he was already there. It's almost like Tom Brady was the slave owner, and he gathered all these slaves to play this year, okay? He had Evans. He had a guy named Chris Godwin. Now, Chris Godwin, who now wears number 14, was originally wearing number 12, which is Tom Brady's number. You know, TB12, his production company, TB12, Tom Brady.
Oh.
So Chris Godwin had number 14, but he gave number 12 to Tom Brady when he got there. So Tom Brady could have his number 12, which will stay in line with his production company and jersey sales, you know, selling his jersey and all that shit. Okay? Not to mention a little speedster named Scott Miller. So Brady had all these people that he knew why he left New England. He was going to a team that was not only loaded, but he brought 3 or 4 people himself there. So he couldn't lose. Another Caucasian move, okay? You could do shit before people's eyes and nobody would know. All right? Now, let's move on to another story. This guy named Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer used to be the coach of the Ohio State college football team. Now, they kicked his ass out of there because one of his trainers was whooping his wife's ass, and he knew it, but he didn't tell nobody that one of his trainers was whooping his wife's ass. But he won a couple championships with Ohio State, so they kind of went easy on him, so he resigned from Ohio State. Now, the Jacksonville Jaguars, sorry-ass team, just hired the same guy, Urban Meyer, for their head coach next year. Now, mind you, he was watching his trainer whoop his wife's ass and didn't say nothing. So now, a couple years later, he's the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. But today, he hired as his defensive coordinator a guy named Chris Doyle. Chris Doyle was let go by Ohio State for calling the players niggers. But the same guy who was watching his trainer whoop his wife's ass, who's now the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, hired a racist motherfucker from Ohio who was calling his players niggas, and Iowa got rid of him. So now he's the defensive coordinator for the Jacksonville Jaguars underneath the coach who was watching another motherfucker whoop his wife's ass and not knowing nothing. Another typical Caucasian bullshit. Okay? Crazy, right? Crazy. But let me end it on a happy note. Let's just say happy birthday to Bill Russell. Okay? 87 years old today. 87, damn near 90. They talk about the goat of this, the goat of that. They talk about Michael Jordan. They talk about LeBron James, they talk about Tom Brady, all these motherfuckers that won these championships. Bill Russell won more rings in basketball than anybody, okay? He won 11 championships. He got more rings than he got fingers. He played for 13 years and won 11 championships. Tom Brady now won his 7th ring. Bill Russell has 11. But they don't talk about Bill Russell like they just talk about fucking Tom Brady. Okay? Happy birthday, Bill Russell. You are the GOAT. They talk about the GOAT. The GOAT of sports is Bill Russell. Bill Russell was around with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I'm sorry, that's too early. He was a young boy in them days. He was around with Wilt Chamberlain, people like that, and Wes Unseld, and people like that, old school jokers, Elgin Baylor, and you know, old school jokers. Okay, I don't know why I even said, that last name was wrong completely. Yeah. He wasn't even fucking born, probably. Anyway, happy birthday, Bill Russell. And all the crap I said before that about the racial shit and J.J. Watt leaving the brother hanging up there, and Tom Brady building a fucking empire when he went to win this Super Bowl, which was a host because Kansas City didn't have a chance because Tom Brady knew he went to the cotton field and got all the good Negroes, okay? Anyway, let's leave it at that. I'm out.
Fired up. Can't take it president tonight, are you?
You open our eyes on that one. Woo,
I tell you.
Didn't know.
Crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
I knew
Mr.
the guy.
Russell.
I know that's
Okay.
right. I knew the big guy. He came out of retirement, but I didn't realize all that connection. What you said, you connected a lot of dots.
Oh, yeah.
Papa.
He was rounding them up.
He was at Tampa Bay for a reason, okay? Because he knew that's where all the good ones were. And he was taking other good ones there, and couldn't nobody beat that team.
And here I thought that was the craziest move ever for him to go down there, but now I see.
White folks don't do shit crazy because they know we still ain't paying attention like we should, and that's why they're able to manipulate our asses. Anyway, I'll leave that alone.
Oh, my. Ooh, the knowledge.
I'll drink to that.
All right.
Yeah, I know that's right. We can we take a little CC?
Yeah, we'll take a break.
Gotta go get some ice on that one. And we're coming back on the other side with Ketel and Hollywood. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, we're good. All right, we're coming back on the other side of the break with Ketel and the Hollywood wrap-up.
Living just enough for the city.
Okay, but why are we doing Stevie Wonder? I thought we were doing Pajama Party.
Well, I was talking about my little one of my segments of Living for the City.
Join the party.
Now you ride me.
That's every Friday night at 9. Pajama Party. No clothes allowed.
Ketel and Redwine step on my parade. I had the mic first. And they're coming in just trying to,
It's my turn.
She's going to sing.
What number to call?
Yeah, call us at 914
803
4306
and press 1.
And press 1 to be put into the queue. And say what you have to say. You can read off what we're talking about. Come up with a new subject of your own. We're liberal. We're easy. Eastern time. We're here 9 p.m. Friday nights. That's 6 o'clock on the West Coast. And maybe 7 o'clock in the mountains or in the
7 in the mountains.
Around Michigan and New Orleans and all that. We're like an hour back.
Yeah,
but 9 o'clock on the East Coast.
9:15 CP time.
CP time 9:15.
Don't be late when you listen to us. It's 9 o'clock on the dot.
That's right. Every Friday night.
We'll see you there.
Goodbye.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm one of the hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Man, I'm still reeling over what you did, Poppa DD. Got my head spinning.
Yeah, we better really start paying attention, right, Redwine?
Yeah, you better pay attention to the shit that's going on. Yeah, it's a lot of shit going on.
Sound like some pawns on the chessboard.
Yeah, that was some rigged stuff, boy. There's no way the Tampa Bay could have lost this year. They were loaded with players, loaded.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's another story.
All right. It's Ketel and Hollywood wrap-up. Going to get our weekly dose of entertainment news.
All right. Come on, Papa. All right. Thank you very much.
Go for it.
All right. Well, Lee Daniels, he's back in the news. He has revealed that his upcoming film, The United States versus Billie Holiday, with Andra Day, was the first movie he ever made while not under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
What?
I didn't realize he was 61. He's a director and producer. Opened up about creating for the camera while totally sober in a wide-ranging interview. Daniels' attempts to work without substance began more than a decade ago, 2009, when he directed Precious. He tried to stop drinking then and alcohol and drugs, but he continued drinking. So that didn't help. So about 4 years ago when he was doing the series Empire, he finally gave up drinking. That's what he's saying. So interesting. Didn't know. I mean, I was wondering why he wore sunglasses all the time. So, yeah.
That would explain it.
So, So Andra Day, haven't heard from her in a while. He's directing this new movie season, United States versus Billie Holiday. Now, I'm not too familiar with the story, but it follows Holiday during her career as she is targeted by the Federal Department of Narcotics with an undercover sting operation led by black federal agent Jimmy Fletcher, with whom she had an affair with. I was like, okay. So that's called United States versus Billie Holiday. So we have to check that out. It sounds pretty interesting. Also, Nene Leakes is in the news. She denies she has been dumped by her entire team. Of course, everybody knows Nene Leakes from The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She made that a very popular show and made her very, very rich. She goes on Twitter, of course. For all you that are asking, emailing, inboxing me, blogging me, reporting, etc., she says the only statement I have is my team did not let me go. No further statements at this time. I was like, okay.
Okay.
Right. So they're saying that her team and her management team had let her go, but she said that that's not true. So it's going to be interesting to follow that and see how that works. But I haven't heard from Nene Leakes in a while, so I'm not sure what's really going on with her. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I haven't heard or seen much of her either.
Yeah, we'll continue to follow her. So I'm quite sure you guys have heard Britney Spears' father loses bid to obtain sole control of her finances. So it's been over 12 years since he had this breakdown, and he's had control since then. So that's been a big deal in Hollywood. Her supporters have been out there rallying for her, some of Free Britney. So it's time. And her mom and her sister are, backing her, saying it's time for Daddy to cut the reins of, her finances. Because Britney, she's 38 now. So, she has she has about 3 kids. I mean, I think she's doing pretty good for herself. She did the Vegas stint. She's still touring. She's still doing albums and stuff. So I think she got a pretty good hold over her life right now. So I think
there was a documentary. Wasn't there a documentary on her recently that was bringing more attention to her whole situation? Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, her fans, they've been out there on the forefront for a long time. So, but you're right. The documentary is shedding some new light to what's going on, how she really feels. So that's going to be interesting to see. So we'll see. Ricky Martin, haven't seen him in the news lately. He will be a key partner in building the Pulse Memorial. He's working with a nonprofit organization called One Pulse Foundation. They're trying to raise at least $49 million. This is a campaign on the Pulse. What was the shooting back in Florida?
Right, I remember that at Pulse nightclub.
Right, the Pulse nightclub. So he's going to be the spokesperson for that, and they're trying to raise $49 million to donate to that particular memorial. It's going to be a National Pulse Memorial and a museum. So they're going to have educational programs, community outreach, and 49 legacy scholarships. So should be pretty interesting. Ricky Martin, he should bring in the coin. If he don't get the men, he can get the women. He can get both. He goes on both sides of the coin.
Okay.
Your boy Kevin Hart, he's back in the news. He had a personal shopper for almost 12 years, and they swindled $1.2 million out of him.
Wow.
Prosecutors claim Kevin hired Dylan back in 2015 to shop for him over the years after building trust. He authorized, purchases for Kevin Hart and everything, and he started cha-chinging for himself. I mean, from They said from art pieces to handbags to jewelry to collectibles, everything. So I think homeboy, he's going up the creek for a while. I think we need to put him on the kisser list. His name is Dylan.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to watch your money when you're giving people access to your money like that.
Yeah, I guess Kevin Hart's so busy.
A lot of money falls through the cracks.
Yeah, you're right. But that's my Hollywood wrap-up for tonight.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right.
That's a Hollywood entertainment update. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, good information. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We're down to the Kiss It list, Poppa DD. Can you please let everybody know what exactly is the Kiss It list?
The Kiss It list is people that, like, show their butt and, did some horrible stuff, and we got a ton of them tonight.
Got all kind of folks. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now that we know what it is, let's kick it off.
Let's
Who's
go
on this
J.J.
week?
Watt. Let's start him off. For jumping away from the
jumping ship
from the Houston Texans before Deshaun Watson could, making it harder now for Deshaun Watson to get up out of there. Okay, let's put Tom Brady on there for making a rigged ass team. That couldn't be beat. All right, Urban Myers, the now coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, for hiring that racist ass Chris Doyle and put Chris Doyle's ass on there. Cause but he ain't gonna be saying that nigga shit to them.
I tell you what, try it.
He may have said that nigga
all those
shit
brothers
to them.
down there in Jacksonville.
Well, it ain't about the brothers. He was saying that nigga stuff to college kids. Now
that's what I'm saying.
Now he's
in
Jacksonville.
Man.
Now he's down in Jacksonville coaching grown ass men.
Yeah, you got one time to try it.
Wow.
All right. And let's put some other people on the Kiss list also. Let's put
while you thinking, I want to put Amazon.
Yeah, go ahead.
For that whole situation that I believe Ketel was reporting on earlier.
Mm-hmm.
If Amazon did not take proper precautions to keep everybody safe and people were dropping from COVID, but yet Amazon was saying, no, y'all got to work. We got products to move. We got to move that merch. That's not right. Ketel, you still on the fence? Because I tell you, I made up my mind. They're on the list.
Yeah, still on the fence.
Put,
also, this guy Dylan, the one that's personal shopper for Kevin Hart, he know better than that.
Yeah, when you're making money like that, a lot of money falls through the cracks. A lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm sure Oprah, she probably loses about $10 million a year if she can't account for it.
She probably write it off.
Also, I have the ex-University of New Hampshire professor who was pretending to be an immigrant of color on Twitter, who ended up having to resign his job. That Bama is on the Kiss It list.
Well, he resigned so he can get a job somewhere else.
Yeah.
As opposed to getting fired.
Well, I'm sure he'll get another job. Also,
and that's probably why they didn't reveal his name.
Yeah, exactly.
They helped him out.
They protecting him.
That was some white shit, like always.
Exactly. Also, the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge number 5 in Philly, for that bull crap that they're presenting and pushing, trying to get a 5% increase for having to wear a camera and all that other crap they're trying to do. I mean, I'm all for the labor unions, but y'all doing the most. So I'm putting FOP number 5 on the Kiss It list. Trump's lawyers, put them on the Kiss It list. Because that was some stupid stuff that they did.
Yeah, they just perpetrated what the other people did.
Yeah,
Same
for
footage.
Sure. Let's see. Anybody else for this week?
Let's put Michael Jordan and LeBron James on the Kiss It list.
Oh, what they do?
Because the real GOAT is Bill Russell.
Oh, okay.
Both of y'all chasing his ass. Okay.
All the fake GOATs.
You know, LeBron act like he's chasing Michael Jordan, and everybody acts like Michael Jordan is this and that. But the real GOAT, the real person, like I said,
Bill Russell.
11 rings in 13 years.
Yep.
All right? That's the real good one.
Until you beat that, shut up.
Until you beat that, both of y'all need to go pound.
Go sit down.
All right? Anyway.
All right. We got anybody else?
I think you covered it.
Is that it?
Ketel and Redwine.
Oh, don't even go there. All right. For everybody on this week's Kissing List, we got a special gift for you. A happy Valentine's Day gift for you. And here it is.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world, kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh, you can't kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever-loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One Hills Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel
Hello.
and Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Well, we're about to wrap it up, getting to the last word. We got Michael Henderson in the background with Valentine Love, because it's Valentine's Day weekend. It's all about love. And it's time for the last word. So, Poppa DD, you got the last word. What's your last word?
Oh, man, my last word is stay woke. You know, pay attention to what's going down, man. There's a lot of crooked shit going on in the world right before your eyes. You know, I mean, and nobody is really even getting their money's worth out of anything. You know, Trump didn't get his money's worth out of those lawyers he hired. They put the same stuff out there that the Democrats put out there. You know,
probably didn't pay him anyway.
The Democrats he probably didn't. The Democrats put out a thing where they were showing footage of what was relative to what they impeaching him for. But then his lawyer's going to come in and show footage from 2001, 2005. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with y'all?
They stupid.
How are you pulling up stuff from... They pulled up... I'm telling you, when they pulled up Nancy Pelosi back in 2005, she didn't even look the same. I was like, wow.
I had to look twice to see who is that.
Yeah, who is that? People from 2001 saying fight. Well, they were talking about fighting in a sense of mentally determination of trying to keep stuff in perspective. Not like Trump saying fight to go whoop some ass. I mean, oh my God. Well, stay woke. That's all I got to say. Stay woke and know the difference between bullshit and real shit. That's all I got to say. I mean,
well, my last word is, it's Valentine's Day weekend. And remember what I said. It's not always about the things. It's about the intention. So don't feel like, oh, it's the last minute. I got to go get something. Let me run to the drugstore and just get this box of chocolate that's been here since 3 Valentine's days ago and give that to somebody and say, here you go, baby. I love you.
Chocolate has been on the shelf.
Yeah, it's been on the shelf 3 years. Now, come on.
Okay.
You know, do something from the heart. You know, like I said, it's not about the things. It's about the intention.
And it's not even a real one. It's not Russell Stover. It says it says Russell Stewart.
Yeah. It says CVS chocolate. Nobody wants that stuff. So,
Russell Stewart.
Happy Valentine's Day.
It's Stouffer. That's his brother.
Let's all show some love to somebody who needs some love. What's your last word, Ketel?
Y'all done took everything from me. Like Papa said, stay woke.
Stay woke.
Love our neighbor. And let's spread some love out here. It's cold as hell out here, but let's spread some love out here at least. You know, somebody step on your foot, say, okay, excuse me, you know, my bad or whatever, and keep rolling, you know. I just think we just, you know, our mind is kind of been torn apart right now because of crazy as ex-president, but we got to keep moving forward and do what we're supposed to be doing. It's 85% helping other people and 15%, for yourself. So keep that in mind, people. That's my last word.
All right. There it is. Well, we thank everybody for hanging out with us. Thank you for our callers, for our listeners, all of our supporters. We appreciate you so much. And our parent company, DC Homegrown Entertainment, thank you for paying the bills this month. We appreciate you very much. And happy Valentine's Day to you. And we'll do it again next Friday night. Tight, keep it right. And we're going to fight. Yeah, let Trump's attorneys go and play that. Fight. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We're going to say goodnight and get on out of here. Say goodnight, Poppa DD.
Good night, everybody.
Say goodnight, Ketel.
Peace out.
And bonsoir. Until next Friday night, we're out.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party Crew.